Anoka.
And y'all, today we are sitting outside and we are here to talk about what we did last week. We were actually featured and interviewed by someone who is very special to Robin, and I'm gonna let her tell you. So this is just a little sneak peek. We're here to basically cue that up. So we're gonna turn it over and Robin's gonna tell you what Scheli talked to us about last week.
So we actually interviewed on the Scheli Jones show where Scheli talks about real talk and real people. So we were what she was talking about.
That's right, because we moms, and the show was about
Who's winning in the IE? Right.
Well, the show was about.
Oh, that's a segment.
Right.
Oh my God.
The
Yeah,
show,
it's okay.
The show was about moms and how we do it all,
Right.
And how we juggle life with an athlete. You know, with our all of us have D1 kids, but not. It's just not about D1 kids. It's, if you have kids in sports, we're here to talk about. She wanted to know how we do it all. We all got 4 kids. How we sacrifice our time. How we take care of ourselves for our self-care goals.
She was real interested in our happy hour.
Yeah, happy hour, which we doing.
How do we decompress?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we ain't gonna tell y'all everything because the whole point is we want you to watch the segment.
Right.
But what we do have right quick is we have a new segment that we're gonna introduce, and this is our.
Yeah, who's winning in the IE? Sorry, I came in a little too early. I was a little eager, but yes, who's winning in the IE? So we're introducing our children and who they're partnered with and who they're represented by. So we're gonna just go ahead and get into that. LaTwana's, take it away. You start.
And before I start, I want to say I just thought about it. If you guys watching, you have a kid that's killing it in the IE, and you want Mom Boss to know, DM us.
Absolutely.
Get a message to us. Let us know so we can highlight your kid. In the meantime, we're gonna highlight our kids.
But while she's getting ready to talk about her kid, you gotta subscribe and like and hit the alert button.
And share.
And share. So come on. We want y'all to join us because we're having a lot of fun and we'd love to feature your child.
Yes.
So
Chance Stevens, actually Chance and Jada, but I'm gonna let Robin talk about Jada. But Chance is a partner with Court Smith, you guys. Now, we're just giving y'all a little sneak peeks. Just a little something. But this is his, look, it say Chance Stevens on the sleeve. This is his green light, and it has a little Court Smith on the shirt. So he has, his website is chancethesniper.com. And you can go there. He's partnered with them. So we are teaching our kids about ownership, being in business for themselves, and pretty much just how to make it out here in these streets. So this is his shirt. I actually like the sweater. So I want y'all to go to the website so y'all can see what else he got. But this is chancethesniper.com. Go shopping.
teaching the babies how to secure the bag.
Secure the bag.
And like LaTwana said, it's about ownership. So Chance and Jada both have partnered with Court Smith. So that means that they go in on design and market analysis and things like that. So he actually teaches them how to build their brand and about ownership. So Jada started with Court Smith last year, and she has some fun fan gear as the Jada and the Bear with her autograph on the bottom, which will be worth lots of money one day. And then I call this her concert shirt, Jada Curry, looking
for the fan
fierce.
base.
And then this is her overlooked and underestimated, which tells Jada's story. And if you go to jadacurry.com, which is her website, you'll find out more information about this. But all of her friends, family, and fans are wearing the Jada merch. So go there, jadacurry.com.
Isn't that awesome, you guys? Okay, so now I get to talk about Jaden. Jaden's website is therealjadenmickey.com. Therealjadenmickey.com. Did you get that? Okay, so what we started with, he's actually partnered with, I shouldn't say partnered with, I want to shout out Rock Nation Sports, who just signed him, and they're going to be representing him and how to get himself out there, market him, and also work on NIL deals. So we're really grateful to Rock Nation Sports. Shout out to Sean Howard.
That's huge.
Yes, and so what we started before we signed with Rock Nation Sports was Jaden's logo. And I've had some of you fans ask me, where can I get Jaden's logo and his shirt? Go to therealjadenmickey.com and you can get either a sweatshirt or a shirt, and we're going to have a variety of colors for the JM. That's the JM. You see how cool that is? So we're going to have a variety of color, but not too many because we don't want to overwhelm y'all. And maybe a couple of colors for the shirt. And there's going to be some for women and some for men. And then he also has a different logo that he's working on. This is a rough draft, guys. So this merch hasn't completely dropped yet. It says locked in, it's got the crown, but it's actually going to be team locked in. So this is one of our other logos that we're working on. So check us out, y'all. We're teaching them how to secure the bag. Woo-hoo. All right.
Okay, so we just really wanted to just come here before you guys see the interview that we did and just really cue it up for you guys, and also feature our new segment called Who's Winning in the IE.
Yeah.
So y'all enjoy our interview, like, share, and comment, and subscribe. And Mom Balls out. Mom Balls out. And there's a bug.
This show. Oh my gosh. I am so very excited. Mom Balls. That is their podcast and YouTube channel. That's Mom, MOM, BOLLZ. These ladies are definitely on their way up. I love when people add value, when they go through something and then they add value to, excuse me, let me take a little sip of water here, to others. They are giving back by talking on their podcast about daily issues. They're sharing a little bit, being a little bit transparent about what they went through, but they're just talking about life, right? And I love that. So without further ado, we're going to bring these three beautiful women on. We'll just go ahead and bring them on right now. Hey, so we have Robin Curry here, who is a very good friend of mine. We've known each other for a little while, huh? I don't want to say how long. Well, I'm proud of my age, but I don't know.
Right. No
yeah, okay,
shame
good.
in our
So
age.
we both proud of our age, right? We've known each other for a little while. So yes, and Robin has had the wonderful journey of raising four beautiful girls. And they are just doing their thizzle. Two of them are D1ers, and she got Ava. Ain't no telling what little Ava's gonna do, but we know it's gonna be big. Kayla's doing her big thizzle. So I just want to say to you, friend, you are definitely an inspiration. I mean, I raised one. I couldn't imagine raising three. And you did it at four, and you did it, and you look amazing. I mean, I that's even better. So we're going to get into that. So this is Robin Curry, and then we're going to bring on Miss Nilka.
Hello.
How are you, Nilka?
I'm great.
Nilka, I have not had the pleasure of knowing you much, but girl, look, after it's all over, we gonna know each other well, because I'm gonna slip in on one of them happy hours that y'all be doing that we gonna talk about. So yes, and you have a D1er as well. How many children do you have, Nilka?
I also have 4 children.
You
I
have 4 children.
Children and 2 almost
grown. What? Look at Black don't crack, y'all, not one bit. And then we have Miss LaTwanis coming on. Hey, LaTwanis, don't tell me you have 4 kids too.
4.
Y'all are 4, 4, and 4, right? I love it. Now listen, let me just stop and pause and look at you guys, because I don't think we do this enough. Let me just tell you guys, you guys are beautiful Black women, and it is an honor to be in your presence because of what you represent in queendom. That's a word I made up. In queendom land. Now I'm gonna put land on there too. We might make a movie about it. But it's just an honor to be in you guys' presence. First, I want to say thank you. You could be anywhere today. I know you still have children. Thank you for coming on the Scheli Jones Show and sharing your story.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So real quickly, I'm just gonna have you guys introduce yourselves. So Robin, we're gonna start with you. Go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we'll go with Nilka, and then we'll go with LaTwanis.
Okay, so I am Robin, and I've been married for 20 years to my husband, Gary, and we have 4 beautiful, talented girls, and they are ages 30, 19, 17, and 13.
Wow.
And, yeah. So I have quite a range. We were actually talking about that today. Who's Generation X? I told them I'm not a baby boomer. So, but close. So we have a Generation X, we have a millennial, and then we have a Y. So we are multifaceted, but I'm very proud of my girls. They're doing great things, and we'll talk more about that.
Awesome. Miss Nilka.
Hey, I am Nilka Mickey. I too have 4 amazing children. I've been married to my husband, Lamar, for 22 years. And I want to say this, and I don't know why, maybe someone needs to connect with me later, but I am a cancer thriver fighter. I'm currently in my
Awesome.
battle, but I'm excited because I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. I don't care what the doctors say, whose
I
reports
love
will
it.
believe. And so I'm excited to be here today. Thank you for having us, Scheli. And you said that we're beautiful. It takes one to know one. Thank you for having
Oh,
us.
thank you. Thank you. Latanis.
Yes, I'm LaTwana Stevens, married 23 years to Ben, and we have 4 kids, and 3 were in the home, but now I have my oldest girl. She's moving out on Friday.
Oh,
I know.
how are you with that? That would be a little stab in my heart a little bit. How are you with that?
She told me, let me see, she told me Monday the application was approved and done same day, like an hour later. I was like, wait, what? So she moved on Friday. I was like, all right, so here we go. But it's going to be fun for her. At first, I was a little like sad about it, but now I'm like, all right, I done had a day to wrap my mind around it. But
Yeah.
I still have 2 little ones in the house, so.
Awesome. Well,
still
that's who you raised. You raised a responsible young lady. And you know, a lot of times we get sad about them leaving, but then what was all that hard work for?
I know. I wanted them all to stay.
Right. You were able to reap the benefits of her being that independent woman that you raised.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well, we're going to get right on into the questions. Okay, so the first question is, well, it's going to come with a statement and then a question. All of you ladies have raised children who have gotten scholarships to D1 schools, right? Okay, so I want you to tell me, starting with Robin, introduce your children. They're not here. And then tell us what schools that they got, what sports they play, and what schools they got into.
So my first child, Jana Marie Curry, she is currently at California, Cal Berkeley, that's what I call it, Cal Berkeley up in Northern California. And
Good school.
Yes, this is her second year. She's a sophomore. She's thriving. She had a great freshman year, and we're expecting her to do great things this year as well. And she plays basketball. She's on the women's basketball team.
Okay.
And Layla Simone is more local. She's in Los Angeles, and she's at Loyola Marymount.
Okay.
So I have one in Northern, one in Southern California. She's a freshman this year.
Okay.
And we're looking forward to some exciting things for her. She's also on the women's basketball team.
Awesome. Awesome. So 2 basketball and both D1 schools.
Both D1 schools.
Okay.
And
awesome.
Jada's in the Pac-12 and Layla Simone is in the WCC conference.
We're going to let you guys explain that later because that went right over my head. So we'll go to Miss Nilka.
Yes, I have Jaden Mickey, who is just turned 18. He started at the University of Notre Dame in Indiana. And he started in January. He graduated from high school early. He is playing as a true freshman. And we're just so proud of him. Very excited. Awesome. D1. And that's who he is.
Wonderful. Latanis?
Yes, so Chance is at LMU. He's playing for the men's team. And D1 as well. So we're just
basketball.
Excited. Basketball, yes.
Basketball. Okay, cool. Everybody's in basketball. Except for your football.
I forgot to mention
football. So one football and then basketball. Okay, great. So how old were your kids? I'm going to pose this question to Latanis first. How old were your kids when they started playing?
Chance started with track first, track and field at 8.
Okay. At 8.
Yeah, so track and field kind of got us ready for the grueling schedule of just oh my God, he was training day. I mean, you just take no days off. So even though they may have a down season, our kids in our house, they still train because that's how you get better in the off season. So he started with track, but then his interest for basketball picked up. And so they run congruently. So we had to kind of give up track. But he was great at track. As soon as he ran his first meet, he went to the JOs at 8.
Wow.
So that the mayor of Riverside paid for that whole trip because he was only 8 at the time. And we were like, he ran his first race in that week. And we were like, he got what? Invited to where? And it was in Kansas. And so Riverside was so proud that they paid for it. So
Awesome.
With dad to go. So that was exciting. But
So
yeah,
8 years old, 8. Okay. Nilka, same question. How old was your baby when he started playing?
He started playing at 5 years old. He started playing flag football. And he
Okay.
played for 2 years flag, and he was by 7. He was like, Dad, can I put on the pads? And Dad let him play with the pads and the helmet, and no more
Wow.
flag, and that took off from there. And he also played a little bit of basketball, and he ran track as well.
Okay, awesome. So it seems to be a thread I've noticed with children who athletes, especially when they're D1ers. They normally have more than one sport that they could play under their belt. So, Robin, same question. How old? But also tell me about those three, whatever the HMO or the CEO or the
The conference. It's just
whatever that
I
was.
made reference to Pac-12 and
Yeah,
WCC.
what is that?
It's just
Yeah.
Pac-12 is actually the most competitive conference for basketball.
Okay,
And
awesome.
WCC is another conference, also competitive. So it's just the name of the conference.
Okay, so those are conferences. Okay.
Right. Those are conferences.
Okay, so
So it
how
just
old
depends
were the
on what
girls?
coast you're on. So like East Coast is A10. So
Ah,
it depends.
Right.
gotcha. Okay, so how old were the girls when you guys started?
Oh my gosh, let me let my memory. It was about 4 and 5.
Okay.
And Layla was 4, Jada was 5,
Mm-hmm.
and they, because we have girls, and Gary was like, we need to play sports, we need to have some type of sportsmanship in the house. We didn't know exactly where to start them. They kind of, we did gymnastics, we did dance, even in, they did a little bit of tennis. So they did a little bit of golf at the driving range. But when we put them on the court at NJB, when they were playing with the boys, because NJB local rec basketball was in Corona with the boys, and the girls played on the team with them. And it just stuck. I mean, we didn't know, we didn't have any idea, because my baby at Cal Berkeley, she's not the tallest person in the world.
No,
And
yeah.
we weren't sure, but she had, she showed the interest, she showed the skill set. So one followed another, Layla kind of followed Jada.
Okay.
And so they were 4 and 5 years old when they actually started basketball, and they did little things like dance, and they did gymnastics, and they did, Layla did softball. But that's how they got their start. Very young, 4 and 5.
So they were 4 and 5.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to pose this question to Nilka first. At what age did you know that you had something special in your baby?
I said this before, and I think I said it on one of our podcasts, that when you see them on the field and the way everyone reacts to them, and then the way everyone starts telling them after the game, you got something special, you got something special. You see it that way first, because everyone recognizes it. But, because every parent thinks their child is special, right?
Right.
But when you know that they're special is when it shows on the scoreboard, or how they help their team, or their grind. Jaden has always been a grinder. I have videos and pictures of him when he was a little boy. He was 6 years old, and he was using our long hallway upstairs to practice his long jump.
Wow.
He did track too, so he would practice his long jump. So he was always on. He was on, and that's how I knew.
Okay. Same question, Latuanis?
So Chance, when he started, when he was 8, we seen how special he was just in track, and then it just translated over to basketball. He was always that's how they used to call him Goggles, because before he got contacts, Chance used to wear glasses.
Okay.
But his 3-point range is what he specializes in. So now he's the sniper.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm going to just say this real quick, and then we're going to ask you the same question, Robin. When my husband and I were attending a church in Santa Clarita, and there was a young man there, and he was really working up the ranks in basketball. And I walked up to him and I said, hey, what did I call him? I said, hey, Michael Curry. And he looked at me and he was like, that's not my name. And then he just kept walking, right? And so I did this a couple of Sundays, right? And I was like, hey, Michael Curry, how are you doing? And he looked at me a second time. And then the third Sunday I said it, he ran up to me and he gave me the biggest hug. And I was like, I didn't even get to get it out. He goes, I know why you're calling me Michael Curry. I was like, yeah. I'm putting Michael Jordan and Steph Curry together. I said, yeah, I'm calling those things that be not as though they were. I said, I see something in you. And so I want you to raise up to that name that I'm calling you, Michael Curry. He was like, thank you, thank you. It was so funny. But anyway, I love how they give them names like that because they feel like they live up to them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to live up to this name. I'm the sniper. Then you ain't going to see me coming, but you're going to see that ball going through the net.
Well, I just got to say, so today, there's a guy who's on Twitter who has over 300,000 followers. He was up at the gym today just scouting, watching practice. And his phone's been blowing up. And everybody, all these coaches called him because they seen the tweet first. But they said, I guarantee you Chance is going to be on his Twitter in an hour. And sure enough, but he just named 2 guys, Chance being one of them, talking about how good LMU is going to be this year. And his deep range. I was like,
awesome sauce.
I'm excited.
And you heard it here on the Scheli Jones Show first. All right. Yes. So Robin, let me have you answer the same question. Do you remember the question?
How did I know my girls were special?
Girl, hold on. Let me check my notes.
Yes.
I can't remember. Is that the question? Yes.
That was the question.
Yes.
So I think Gary was instrumental in showing that, identifying that with us, because Gary's his coin statement is "Why not you?" So as soon as Jada decided, oh, excuse me, my earplug fell out. Just give me a second.
That's okay. We can still hear you, so you can talk while you put it in.
Okay. As soon as Jada showed, and she admittedly, you know, she had a little more skill set than Layla, which wasn't a problem with Layla. She was like, okay, Layla's a, you know, rough rider. So she said, you might have more skills, but I'm going to show my presence on the court. So as soon as,
like Venus and Serena.
Exactly. So as soon as Gary was like, why not you? Like, why not you go from rec ball to club ball, and from club ball to a really good club team, and a really good high school, you know, basketball team. And when my girls would get in the car and drive from Corona all the way out to Azusa with meals prepared, without complaining, doing homework in the car, eating in the car, getting home, taking showers, and never complaining. I mean, my leg hurts, my ankles hurt, I'm tired, but they never said, I want to quit. So we matched their energy. Whatever we said that, you know, we were going to do, we put them in the position, and they accepted the challenge. So we knew, these girls, tough.
I love that. I love that you said we matched their energy, because a lot of times parents fall short because they don't match their children's energy, and you miss out on so much. You know, you miss out on so much. Oh, I love that. All right. So the next question is, I read it to, okay. What does a normal day look like for you? So I know, okay, so let me just say this, because I know your kids, I think, do you guys still have kids in the home? Does everybody still have children in the home that are playing anymore? No? Okay. Okay. So what did and does, if you still do, a normal day look like for you, from getting up in the morning to getting them where they need to be for success? We're going to start with Latwanis.
So I still have 2 in the house, but with Chance, when he was in high school just last year, it's a lot. So I get up, literally would make a full-on breakfast. I'm talking, it was never frozen, nothing. Homemade waffles, eggs, bacon, cut up fruit, and a smoothie, and then making him a good lunch, because they never like the lunch.
They need their fuel too. Oh, the school, but you know, girl, you know school lunches are nasty.
I know, and I shown them for a long time. Just eat the school lunch.
Unless you're in the South, it might be a little bit different there.
Yeah, so it just never worked. So really, breakfast was so important. Just always had to break that fast and fuel them up for the day. And Chance, he needed to put on weight, so he's always had to take protein, protein shakes. So we just spent a lot of money. just on getting him trained, you know, supplements, all of that. It's a lot that goes into D1.
So
what we do for them, and it's nonstop all day.
Yes. So starting off, making sure you break that fast. So your normal day was like you had to get the meals in, make sure he had the lunch. Then you had to make sure he got to where he needed to be. If there was a game, you needed to support that. So everything, it seems like, is centered around what they're doing.
Yeah,
So
even when going to the games, I would always either have to get dinner done early, and I had coolers. We would take sandwiches and food and snacks for the games, just because they were always hungry. So
right, of course, because they're working. They're athletes. Their bodies are tools. So Nilka, same question. What did a day look like for you?
Everything definitely does center around them and their schedule. Well, for Jaden, for me, when I was working away from home, because after COVID, I started working from home, and through the cancer battle, I've been home for 3 years now. I would get up at 5:30 so that I could get ready for work and leave by 6:15 because I worked in Orange County. And so I would get up at 5:30 and I would make Jaden's breakfast, and he would tell me what he wanted. I would make his breakfast, and then, but for him, packing him a lunch or something for after school before he had to go to football practice and football lifting, there was a cooler involved. So sometimes that would be the night before. I had this long cooler that had like 3 bowls in it. I would do hamburgers. I would do, if I did spaghetti, whatever I did. So I would prepare his meals the night before in that. And then unless it was a hot meal. If it was a hot meal, I'd warm it up in the morning, put it in there. And then he would get to school. His dad would take him. When he started driving, it was much easier. Drove himself. But it was always, everything was centered around him for sure. When he was a little bit younger, on Saturdays, it was get up super early, get him ready, get that food in him, get everybody dressed, get his uniform on, get him to the game, stay at the game all day. Because sometimes it would take a couple of hours. We would get there. We always had to get there by the game before his game. So they would warm up and things like that. So it was an all day ordeal. If it was track, if it was football, but definitely everything centered around him all day. When I got home from work, it was go straight to practice when he was younger. But once he was in high school, he was doing that on his own.
Gotcha. So it was nonstop. Okay, Robin, same thing. We're going to try to keep the answer down to 2 minutes because I just have so much I want to ask you, beautiful ladies, and I know my audience wants to know, so we want to get it all in. Okay, so Robin, same question.
I guess what I would say for me is it was a day full of reminders, and in my phone, I mean, I utilize that even till today. So everything, like what time we're going to get up, what time I'm going to pick you up, what time before they started driving, what time I'm going to pick you up, what time you need to be to the next place. And like the lady said, making sure that they have meals, their supplements, making sure they have the proper clothes, So it was a constant reminder. And then as they got older, they became more responsible and would take over, making sure that they had the healthy snacks in their lunches, making sure that they had their, the foods that they wanted to eat. I'm not a big cook, but I definitely cook. Yes. Everybody says, Robin, you don't like to cook, but I feed my children, so I do have to. They're not hungry.
That's funny. She said that I feed my children. Miss Valerie Darvell. Valerie, I just want to say hey to you, girl. Big shout out to you because I know you got some little ones too. And I know this tea, girl. Well, not tea because tea is gossip, but this info, honey, I know is helping you out a lot. So thanks for tuning in. I just love that. It's just, moms, we do so much. We sacrifice so much for our children. But the beauty of it is, I was just talking to a friend of mine on Facebook, and her son had come home and she hadn't seen him in a year. And she said it was just so happy. You taking notes, Valerie? We love it, girl. We love it. Make sure you follow them on YouTube. Mom Balls, Ballz. I always have a hard time saying that when I get ready to say it because it just, I just feel like, I shouldn't be saying that. Right? I feel like, so yeah, I got to put the podcast on the end. Yes. So there it is, Valerie. Make sure you follow them. They will continue to help you out. But I was telling her, I remember how she raised her baby. Her baby he got all these awards in fencing. And I remember the sacrifices that she made. And I just remember that. And just to see you guys reap the fruits as I reap the fruits with my daughter. I mean, it's just having her music on here. Y'all don't know how proud that makes me. It's just so good. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Here is the $1 million question. This is the one that women are hanging on to. All right. So I need you guys to get ready. Brace yourself. Latawana, you don't have a poker face. That's so funny. She was like, what? What question is that? Right. How do you balance taking care of your kids and you? Okay, we're going to start with Robin. How do you balance? In the midst of all of this, how do you self-love, self-care for yourself?
So I think the first thing is you have to be comfortable with being out of balance. Because
Stop. That's tweetable. That's a tweet.
that's a tweet.
That's a tweet, a twit, whatever you want to call it. You have, say that again, friend. Say that again.
You have to be comfortable with being out of balance.
You have to be comfortable with being out of balance. Okay, continue, please.
So just if I can give an example, like just as early as today, LaTwanis and I have been communicating all morning and part of the day because of a situation that happened on their campus. And so,
hey, Tanya.
Not even to elaborate, that's okay. Not even to elaborate on the specific situation, but you have to be able to be flexible. And you might not be, and I know for me, I was almost, I could not put a date on my calendar without checking with my kids' schedule first. So there were a lot of sacrifices that I made. I couldn't go to perhaps a family function or a friend function because the kids had a game, they had practice. Absolutely church, because a lot of our games when we were playing club ball were on Sundays, and we were traveling, and so we just have to, I have found, and LaTwanis is great at that, really, with helping, because she is one, like, she's the middle person that kind of gets everybody together. And so, and I appreciate that about her, because she definitely feels like she is on my nerves, but I love her. But she will, it's important to go and hang out with your girlfriend. So as I've gotten older, my kids have gotten older, and they can, they could stay at home by themselves. And I would say, yeah, I'm going to go to the happy hour. I'm going to go to the concert.
So happy hour is one way that you guys do self-care. Okay. LaTwanis, let's have you piggyback on that. How do you stay balanced? What do you do for you?
Yeah, girl, happy hour started with COVID. I was like, whoa, we're doing a lot of happy hour. No, but friends, girlfriends, it's different. Yeah, we're all married, but I need my friends. There's certain things you can talk to women about. So I have fun with my friends. Like I just went to, me and Nilka, we just went to see BBD, Salt and Pepper, and Genuine.
Yes, honey. Yes.
No.
Girl, me and Brent went to go see New Edition. I was up the entire, when I tell you I danced my behind off. Ooh, yes. Yes. That's some good self-care right there.
Yeah, I don't think we sat down for a second. I mean, I get excited when I know I'm about to go out that night. But and then Robin and I, we're just planning this gun range thing, So we're getting a group of girls. I've been wanting to learn how to shoot.
Oh, I want to go. Please. I'm inserting myself.
Oh, you got yes, so there's just so many things that we do when it's a girls trip. A couple years ago, we did a girls trip. This may not be popular, but I'm one that believe I don't need to be here for Mother's Day. Like I'm around my kids.
Mother is your day. That's your day. But to do what you want to do.
On that. And I'm like, listen,
you put them over there.
Mama.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah. That's your day to do what you want to do. So happy hour, girls trips. Okay, Miss Nilka, it's on you. How do you balance it all?
We can't hear you.
We can't hear. Velvet voice in the sky.
No.
That's my producer, Daryl. Okay, so Daryl, you let me know when we get that situated with Nilka. Okay, so happy hour girls trips. That's one of the ways that we
She's
keep
unmuted,
it.
So she should be okay.
Okay, Nilka. Okay, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep going. So until she figures it out. So self-care, doing things with your girls, getting away, massages, doing what you want to do on Mother's Day. So if that means you want to leave, and ladies, that is perfectly okay. Yeah. Don't feel like you have to go to the normal dinner and all that stuff. I just had a conversation with my daughter about her staying motivated. I feel like I want it more than her. How do you keep your children? This is a good question. How do you keep your children motivated, but in a loving way? It's frustrating at times. So this is my sister. Nason, and Robin, Gabby is playing basketball.
Oh,
So,
fun.
if you, Robin, can you answer this question for her?
Okay, so I have two different types in my house. Jada never had to be motivated. I mean, she was the motivating factor in the house.
Okay. Okay.
And because she's the older sister,
Uh-huh.
Layla typically just came behind her and said, okay. But there were times when Layla was like, I'm tired. I didn't even pick this sport. This is Jada's sport. It was out of frustration. And
Okay.
so I always let Layla tell me why she was frustrated. I let
Okay.
her, and if it was like, I don't really like this, or I'm tired, or I don't feel like I get as many accolades, because I had sisters, playing the same sport. So whatever her feelings were, I let her communicate those things to me. So I would say to you, Nason, let your daughter tell you what her frustrations are. Let her talk through that with you, and just we always told them, if this is something that you want to do, you can stop. We're not forcing this on you. So as long as they know that you have their support, or they have your support, and that you will do whatever they, like I say, match energy, but and it gets frustrating. We've had some hard conversations. We've had some tears. So it's not like it's a cakewalk, but I think communication is the absolute key.
Communication. And so, what about Robin? The second part where she said she feels like she wants it more than Gabby does. You think she should let Gabby communicate that, or what it is, or what would you say about that?
I think that I felt like that sometimes, because,
Ah.
sometimes I felt like, well, if you don't, my kids they're really good at making the commitment and following through. But we've always had that open conversation. We can't want it more than you, just like grades. Me more so with grades. If you want to get an A, that has to be your discipline, your desire, your
Yeah.
effort.
Yeah.
So, but I still go back to communication, because you will learn from what they say to you where they really are with that.
That's good. That's good. That's good. You got that, sister? Great. Nilka, are you back?
I don't know, am I?
Yes, you are. What do
Yay!
you do to stay how do you balance, my dear?
Okay, so I'm gonna piggyback off of what Robin said. Thank you, Latonis, because I did shout her out when we went to the Salt and Pepper concert. I was like, "Thank you for taking me out of my comfort zone," because she was always telling me, "You boring. You don't like to do anything."
I know she said it just like that too.
She did. She did. And you know what? You know what? She has been a presence through my cancer journey, and she's kept me laughing. She's kept me on my toes. She's challenged me. She's taken me out, and so
Love
it's
it.
made me want to do that more. But I think that
Awesome.
when I was taking care of Jaden, it was harder. It was harder, and I definitely did put myself last. And that's something that I
Gotcha.
just learned to do through COVID, through health battle, and now that the house is empty. I mean, I have a 20-year-old that comes and goes, but Jaden is gone, and so I'm not taking care of his needs anymore. And my husband and I, we do our thing. He does sometimes his separate thing. Sometimes we do it together, and we take care of each other, and that's about it.
I love
But
it.
you
I
know
love
what?
it.
Spa days too. Spa days.
That's what Miss Latuanis was saying, honey. She said massages. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Our time is but and I just, oh my gosh, this is so good. Okay. And my audience is loving you guys. So you guys, thank you guys so much for being here for them. All right, let me see. I'm gonna pick one more question. No, I need to do two. And let's keep I'll just have one person answer. I got three questions. I have one person answer all through. So this question is, was there ever a time you felt like giving up, Latuanis?
Me giving up or Chance?
Both.
No. He, just like Robin, like we've always talked to our kids. We can't want it more. This
Yeah.
is you. We
Yeah.
can only take you so far.
Yeah.
Right.
And then also too with the grades, if the grades aren't good, then you're gonna be benched. So
Yeah.
always had excellent grades, but he's always wanted to play. And
Gotcha.
I just feel like, because if a kid doesn't, it's gonna show.
Yeah.
It's gonna show.
Yeah.
If it's not in their heart,
Yeah.
then as the parent, you're wasting your time by force.
Yeah. By forcing them. Absolutely. Okay. This question I'm going to pose to Robin. What advice would you give other moms?
My advice would be to be willing to sacrifice. I mean, be willing to sacrifice. Don't let anything scare you.
Don't let the money scare you. Make payment arrangements. Don't let the commitment scare you.
Okay, stop there. Don't let the money scare you. Make
Right.
payment arrangements. That's
Yeah.
awesome because that's a very real thing. Because LaTonis was just saying it's expensive.
It's
Yeah.
expensive.
Okay, so go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean
And
to cut you off.
solicit your family and friends.
I was about to
grandparents,
say.
uncles.
Yeah, because I was about to say, there's plenty of times that we call godparents, grandparents. I was like, hey.
Yeah, ask for help. So
Yes.
don't let the money scare. Be willing to sacrifice. Don't let the money scare you. Solicit help from family and friends. I love that. That is so rich. Tweeting. Hopefully people are tweeting. Yeah, hopefully people are twittering. Okay, so this question I want to pose to Miss Nilka, and that is, tell me about Mom Balls podcast. What is your mission and your plans?
So, Mom Balls, our mission is to get information in the hands and the ears of moms, mostly single moms, but parents, because there might be a single dad out there. There might be a single mom that's juggling everything. To get this information on our journey so that we can be a resource for you to tap in and know what to do next. It was a process from beginning to end till now. There's still a process. When we go to games, there's still a huge process. We have to be tapped in with the school. We have to know what's going on, who's coming and going, when to get the tickets, how to get the tickets, where to park, all that. So we're still a resource, even with our kids in college. We know what's going on with them now. We can tell you how to get some money, what you need to be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. But I think that's our goal. We're 3 women who enjoy each other's company. We have these amazing kids that are all in the IE, and they all got these D1 scholarships. And we have invaluable information for you. And we'd love for you to come on and ask us questions as well.
I love it. And they really do. And you guys, for those of my listeners who are, because Valerie is not in California, the IE means the Inland Empire. That's not like another 6-pack or pack 6 or
the ACC.
Yeah, whatever all those things are. That's not enough. Well, the last question I'm going to pose to all of you guys, but I need you to answer it in one sentence, starting with I swing my mood by. All right. So I swing my mood. Now, at the beginning, I have a segment called Mood Swing, and that is things you do to swing your mood, to bring it back up. I think you guys saw that, right? In the back. Okay. Yes. So I want to know, I swing my mood by Miss Nilka. Finish that sentence.
My mood by taking a deep breath, meditating and saying thank you.
I love it. LaTonis, I swing my mood by
prayer and motivational speeches that I listen to in the morning.
Yes. Miss Robin, I swing my mood by
prayer, devotion, and my text from LaTonis is telling me what to watch next.
I love it. I love it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right here on the Scheli Jones Show. I want to say to Miss Nilka, I would like to have you back. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And if you would, we will work it out. I don't know how we work it out, but we will work it out. I would love to have you come back because I think that you would be a great inspiration. So we're going to have you back. And you two crazy girls, I'm coming to hang out. I'm inserting myself in one of them happy hours or gun ranges or massages or something. Such a pleasure to have you guys on here. Thank you again. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right here on the Scheli Jones Show, Mom Balls podcasts. You can see them and hear them. Instagram at mom.balls. You guys, please go check them out. Support them. They are a wealth of knowledge. Listen, we're not talking about if you can do it. These women have done it. They have sacrificed. They have the fruits of their labor. Their children got scholarships. They're in D1 schools and they are thriving, and the best is yet to come. LaTonis, I normally don't have no more questions, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and say something.
It's not a question. I just want to say, subscribe to us at Mom Podcast.
Okay. I was getting to that. Can I run my show?
Let them know. See,
I'm gonna have her as a co-host because she let me run my show. Anyway, as I was saying, Yes, you can subscribe. No, I'm not at that point yet. So yes, you guys, you please support them, support them, support them. They have a wealth of knowledge. Valerie, you already see. My sister, you already see. And I'm sure there's many more on here. You guys got some nuggets for them. So support them. Subscribe to their channel. There it is right there. And we're going to make sure we put it down in the chat area as well so that people will see it. And we will link this to you guys' page so, y'all can glean a little bit from my field. Yeah. That's how we got to work it out. But yes. So happy to have you guys on here. Thank you so much for being on. Velvet Voice, I'm going to let you go ahead and put them in the back, and I'm going to say a few words to my crew. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. That was a really good show, but this is what I really want to glean from that. Sacrifice. Those women sacrificed for their children. They put them first. They built a life around them, structure. They gave them structure. They made sure that they had what they need. And then the other thing that Robin said was they matched their energy, communication. They take care of themselves with self-care. And now they're giving back by having their own podcast. And they are giving back to women in the community, parents in the community, single moms, single dads. You guys, please support them. I want to put their information back up. It's IG Mom Balls. At mom.balls, but also their YouTube channel. Please go and support their YouTube channel. Every Wednesday they're on. I don't know what time, but you can also go back and see the replays. But you guys, please support them.